Covering all things LEGO, from Minneapolis to Fiverton and LEGO cities beyond. It's breaking news. Welcome back to Breaking News. I'm Jason, and with me we have Alex.
What's up, y'all? And
today we are going to ask Alex.
It's Ask Alex time. I'm excited.
Someone said we should call it Ask Alex and the Other Guy.
I love the joke. It's a good one. And the other guy.
And the other guy.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it could be either one of us. Because sometimes it's Jason and the other guy.
That is true.
Yeah. So it's good. I like that one. Thank you.
So we have, I think it's about 20 questions or comments today.
Oh, by the way, I'm glad you got the memo for the shirt.
Yeah.
We did not coordinate.
We didn't coordinate. And we didn't last time either.
I haven't worn this one for a while. I was like, hey, I'll wear this. It's a Lego shirt. Because I always want to wear Lego shirts when I'm on these. And then lo and behold, there you are.
Yep, I know.
It was like when I was like, oh, great. Who's going to change?
Well, it wasn't a problem when I just had one shirt. But now,
right.
you know, what can we say?
Anyway, we're coordinated today. Yay.
So, before we get started with the questions, I have a question for you.
Oh.
Did you watch I think it was the most recent A Fool podcast?
I'm pretty sure I did.
They talked about something that is a very common topic on our show.
A common topic?
Or maybe more to the point, a common word on our show.
You mean like irregardless?
Yeah, that would be the one. Did you see
yes,
this
I saw that.
We need to discuss this. I need to know your feelings about this.
It's hysterical. I've always thought like, okay, because we say irregardless a lot as a joke. Like, okay, well, irregardless, blah, 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 blah. And they brought that up.
Yes.
And was it Jabo? He looked it up.
Yeah, it was either him or Earl.
He looked up the word. He's like, oh, let me look this up. And he's looking up the phone. He looks up irregardless.
Because there was the complaint. Like your point, you've always said it's not a word.
Yeah, and people agree. Like and people who are unfamiliar with the joke said irregardless is not a word.
Yes.
Stop saying irregardless. Well, irregardless of that. And of course, we would say it more. So, but irregardless, we say irregardless a lot. And Jabo, I'm pretty sure it was him. He pulls it up.
Yes.
He looks it up, and sure enough, I kid you not. Well, okay, I didn't look it up personally, but we'll just take his word for it.
I have it here.
Oh, okay.
I have it here.
We define. Oh, can I read this?
You can go ahead and read it.
Gold.
This is from Merriam-Webster.
Yeah, there you go. Official. We define irregardless as. This is so okay. Regardless.
Regardless.
Many people find irregardless to be a nonsensical word, as the ir prefix usually functions to indicate negation. However, in this case, it appears to function as an intensifier. Yes. Intensifier. Irregardless. So, there you go.
Irregardless of the ear, it becomes stronger.
An intensifier. That's why we say it. So we're always looking for some intensity, and now we have it with irregardless.
Well, the thing that really stuck out to me is that they said it's a nonsensical word, so it really belongs here.
It does. There's a lot of nonsensical stuff going on here.
So, irregardless, we will still use it, and we will still laugh and think it's funny.
And it's a real word.
That's right. But you're the one that said it wasn't, so I don't know. That's funny to me.
I mean, I think generally speaking, everyone doesn't think it's a word. Like irregardless. What are you saying, irregardless?
Well, this isn't the one that they had used, because I found the one when they were talking about it. I looked it up and was, following along. And the one that I read, it said it's similar to the word ain't.
Ain't?
You remember that whole thing when you were a kid. Ain't a word because ain't
right.
in the dictionary.
That ain't right, yeah.
But ain't is a word. Irregardless is a word. I think they said it was Indiana irregardless came from.
Yeah, I think you might be right there. At the beginning of this episode, I said y'all. I said, what's up, y'all? Y'all is another word that's interesting. I don't remember this exactly, but the direct translation is all you all.
Yes.
Y'all.
Y'all.
There you go. And I'm sorry for people in Texas because the Niners took care of business recently. Anyways,
irregardless.
Okay, what are we doing? Are we doing questions?
We got some questions.
Do we have a million questions again? Is this going to be like 3 hours long?
I don't
know.
I don't think so. This is.
Hey,
I think we have less than.
Can we get closed-ended questions like yes and no? That'd be great. Alex, do you want to launch?
He wants to make a 3-minute video. Yes, no, maybe, sometimes, yes.
No, it would be
Thank you for watching.
Nah. And then we go right to the sponsor.
This is what I would say to that. If there's anyone I know that can take a simple, closed-ended yes/no question and turn it into a 5-minute rant,
yes,
they're here.
Yes.
That's all I will say.
That was good. And I will say to that, yes.
That's the shortest answer you'll ever get out of him.
I'm trying to resist saying anything else. There you go. All
All
right.
right.
Let's do this. Question numero uno.
First question. This is from Matthew Hartle, I believe it is. It says, question for you both. What is a decision that the Lego group has made that makes you furious?
Furious. Ooh, I like that word.
That's angry.
Yeah, angry. What have they done to make us? Is this a two-parter, or are we stopping right there?
We'll stop right there, and then we'll...
What is a decision that Lego has made, probably with product, that has made
just
us
in general.
furious? Besides raising prices ridiculously, that made me furious because it was extreme. Like, it was all over the place, so sporadic.
Yeah.
And the prices increases was very infuriating. The more recent news is the collectible minifigures in a box. That infuriates I think we can all jump on the bandwagon of being furious about that.
Yeah, just look at the comments the last month or so.
I was twitching just thinking about it. I refuse to buy. I told you about Mindy buying one.
Yes.
In that whole story, you can check that out in our previous episode. But furious though, I'm thinking what else. Kind of. Okay, this one is. Oh, hold on. This is kind of part of my rant, but I will just say this because that's next week. See, that's what's. Wait a minute. This is a bad question because it's going to make me go into my rants. I got to save those. I'm going to save it.
Well, you could give an answer and say, tune in next week for
Tune
details.
in next week for more things that make Alex furious.
That's why they tune in every week.
All right, that's a couple things. There's probably a lot more. That's just at the, right off the head there.
One of the ones that really bugged me earlier this year is how we got the released image of the Indiana Jones set. Like, they had made that, and then they're like, well, we're not going to do it, and they don't tell us why.
How dare you!
Like, and so now people speculate, well, it's because of, the heart pulling out scene, or who knows what it was. I mean, and I have the original set, so it's not like I would have got anything really new, because it was really almost a complete remake. But that's the thing that kind of bugs me, when that kind of stuff leaks out, and it's like, this was ready to produce if it hadn't already been produced.
There's been a couple instances of that. There was one with Jabba's Palace that looked a lot like a mosque. Mm-hmm. And then there was another one, the Osprey.
Oh, yeah.
That was another one that infuriated people.
That got released in a few stores.
And some people got it, and then and then some I think it was some organization in Germany said, hey, this is a military vehicle. Like, oh crap, okay, we'll pull them all. Like, come on, Lego. Like, see, I gotta stop. That's almost a rant. It almost came out.
I know another one that's made people furious is the pirate. How they released that.
Oh, yeah.
The buildable pirate.
The buildable pirate.
I mean,
yeah, man.
We can't really... We're okay
we can't
with it.
complain.
We're okay with it.
Because we got ours.
That's because I happen to be there. But I would have been mad had it come out 2 weeks later. I'll tell you that. I would have been furious at that point.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
We could go off with a whole episode of things that make us furious. Actually, you know what? Just tune into the rant episodes. There you go.
There you go.
That'll make it. That is what infuriates us.
Now, the next part of the question, how about one thing that makes you happy?
One thing that makes me happy about Lego?
Yes.
I do like that.
Or a decision they've made, maybe, is more to that point.
I like how they are attempting, albeit sometimes a failure, to get fan designs out there as Lego sets that are popular, especially with the AFOL community. It's kind of a double-edged sword because sometimes they will take things that are popular and they don't resonate with the general crowd of AFOLs. No. But there's been some fantastic, amazing designs that are fan-based or fan designs through Lego Ideas primarily. And there's been a lot of my favorite sets have come from Lego Ideas. So I think that's one of the great things that Lego has done. I don't necessarily like the fact that they now own Bricklink, but I think generally speaking, it has been a good thing over time.
I think they are kind of stayed true to their word that they're not going to meddle with it too much.
And for the most part, that has been the case.
Yeah.
And there's been other designer programs that they've come up with that have helped that.
Yeah.
And there's some negativity that goes along with that. But generally speaking, I like how they are listening to the fan in that regard to get those AFOL designs out there and in the hands of people like us who don't really have, and I won't speak for you, I'll speak for myself, don't have the skills to build things like that. So we have to
you can
get
speak
them
for me.
from other people that know what they're doing. and we're willing to pay the money to have a set like that. For example, I just did my build and review of the Viking Village. Yeah. Fantastic, and that didn't even make it.
Yeah.
That reached 10,000 votes a couple times with different designs, and it still didn't make it. However, they did that little vote through Target,
vote, yeah.
1 of 3, and I looked at the other 2, and okay, this is a slam dunk. Viking Village is going to win by a mile, and it did. And I did my review of this thing, and it's a beautiful set, wonderful set, and that's another example of so many things that are great with Lego, with the AFOL community anyway. So there you go.
Yeah. As far as things I am happy that Lego did, I can think of 2 things this year.
Ooh, wow, that's a lot.
Well, number one, and this is, I guess, the converse of my complaint, they brought back the Indiana Jones line, which I love. You know, I know it's not a big thing for you, but for me, I love it. So, and, you know, especially like how they did the Golden Idol Temple. It's just incredible, that new set. And then, you know, the big one has to be, they have the CMF, the Disney 100 CMF. The last good line before they went to the crappy boxes.
Hurrah. The last hurrah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think it's really cool that they brought out Oswald.
That is pretty cool.
Because
they could have easily got somebody else, more popular,
Goofy, or just
more streamlined.
Yeah,
right.
Norm.
Mainstream, mainstream.
And they made something that they're never going to make again. And a lot of people don't know who it is, which is nice for me because I can buy them cheaper.
I don't think I did either. I didn't know. So there you go.
I got a few. So you may have seen the video just drop.
We need to have an intervention here, guys.
We have a question about that later.
Oh.
So.
Okay. All right, that's good.
Let's see. Oh, there's a last bit to this.
Wow, that's a long question.
Well, it wasn't. We just were long.
Oh. True.
Matthew says, the Disney CMF 100 was the best CMF in the last few years. So they like that. But he says, I was angry because I wish that they had included Horace Horsecollar. Do you know who that is?
Yes, I know Horace, yeah.
He's one of the original characters.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, that's what he wished, that they had included some older classic tubes instead of releasing some of the same from previous sets. And, you know, I mean, I could see, I see that point, you know, instead of putting Tiana in there and in the castle.
Yes.
You know, maybe use that spot for someone else. Or don't put her in the castle and put Belle and the Beast in the castle or something.
Yeah.
You know, I think that was a miss, but overall, I have to say, I think they did pretty good.
They did pretty good. I will also say that, I think the Disney 100 was a good wave, but the Muppets, I think, have been my favorite.
Oh, that was a good one.
I love that one. Yeah.
Well, and the thing about really both of those that they've done that I think is, you know, really cool. Think of all the molded heads they made. You know, especially Muppets. I think almost every single one of them got a molded head. But they had a lot of them, you know, for the Disney one, because there was the Robin Hood ones. There was, you know, a lot of cool ones. So, anyways,
it's great stuff.
So so there you go. There's some good things, some bad things,
questions.
And thank you for your question.
Yes.
Next is from TB Lego Fan.
What's up, TB?
It says, great video. Maybe Alex can do a collaboration for viewers to send in furniture to put in their Mike's tower. Maybe an idea for him. I would love to send him some Lego for that project. Keep going. Love to see.
That's a great idea. I mean, not just for Mike's, but for the Schmute Tower too. No, that's a good one. I don't know. Do you think people would do that?
What is it? Mindy Interior Mayhem?
Interior
I don't know
mayhem.
what you call it. I have no idea.
No, that's not a bad idea. Maybe I should do something like that.
Because, you know, that's what, if there's one thing we know Alex needs is more free Lego.
Yes. Yeah.
No, but to your point earlier, you know, sometimes it's hard to come up with different things, right?
Yeah.
And you see a set and you're like, oh, they made this couch or this bed, and you see how simple it was, and it's like, oh, I never would have come up with that.
Yeah.
And, you know, I know there's more creative people out there that could come up with some ideas.
They could. That's a great suggestion. I appreciate that. That's not a question. That's a good suggestion is what that is. Thank you.
Well,
thanks, T.
Maybe both.
TB?
I don't know.
Thanks, TB.
Yep. Yep, TB. All right, next is from Brick Artisan.
Hey, Brick Artisan. I know that guy.
We know that guy.
All right, what's up?
Says, if you're planning to use Bricking News in the future as a channel, might be worth getting it patented / copyrighted.
You are right.
And also creating the actual YouTube / Instagram and other social media accounts.
Wise words.
So you don't have to fight for the rights or have someone steal the idea.
For your right to logo license.
So, I don't know. Should we do that?
Yes, make it so.
I've already done it.
Boom! Shakalaka.
Some of those were already taken. So it can be found under Breaking News Podcast. So,
Thanks for looking out for us, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for looking out for us. That's great.
and I don't know when I'm going to steal this. That's the bigger question.
You know what? In 10 years, when this thing is just a multi-million-dollar operation, we'll have to give you some kickbacks there, Kim. But
don't quit your day job. That's what I would tell you. You better keep that day job. All right. Next question is from Pasta Jensen.
Pasta Jensen. Wait, I've heard that name before.
Well, yeah. I will hear his name a lot.
Yeah. Okay. I like pasta. Pasta Jensen. All right, go ahead.
So he says, I have a few questions.
Oh, boy.
If it's something that can make me rant, it's how oversimplified instructions have become.
Ooh.
Like a piece per page.
We were just talking
about this. What do you guys
this.
think about this? Exactly.
We were just talking about this.
And this question could have come before we did the rant.
It could have.
So this is what I will tell you.
Okay, go ahead.
So I think that it's a fine line because there are some improvements they have made, in my opinion, on the sets. Mm-hmm. For example, when they have the red line around the outside showing you where the new piece is, so much better.
Yes, especially my old man eyes. I'm like, what? Where does this go?
Because I will just tell you, I just rebuilt a set from 1984.
Wow.
And it was like 4 or 5 pages. It was not very long. And it's a bigger set. Quick. And in some ways, it was difficult. It was much more difficult because there were no lines, and so and it didn't tell me what pieces to put in there.
Yeah.
So it was like you had to kind of know what you had done and figure out from the picture. And the printing isn't always the best, especially on the darker colors, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, but to that point, I hate it when it's like, half of the page, it's one picture, and it's a 2x8 plate sitting there.
Yeah, especially if it's an instruction book that's like an inch thick.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Usually you see a Star
But then
Wars
you'll
set,
go like
that.
3 or 4 pages, and then it's like, 18 pieces in one step.
That's true.
And I guess my issue is, okay, let's just be a little more consistent. Make it somewhat where it moves at a consistent pace, not 1, 2, 18, 1, 3, turn it around. Yeah. I don't know.
No,
what do you think about this?
Well, I'll share my experience was kind of rebuilding and inventorying the Metro Park and Service Tower, that our vintage set that I shared last time, and it had 32 pages, I think, for a set that had over 500 pieces, and it just goes fast. I liked it. I liked the pace, but it wasn't a complex build though. Like it was pretty simple, just a gas station and several cars and whatever. But no, it's the evolution has in some ways improved, like you said, and that's a good point. I like how it does outline them. But in some cases, it has got dumber. Yeah. Dumbed it down. But you know what? It is what it is. I mean, I don't know. I mean, for a company that says we're going like greener and this and that, I'm like, it sure doesn't show when you're showing this massive Lego instruction book, and there's a single piece that's a 1x2. Put this here, and then you move on. You're like, okay, don't overdo it, Lego. Anyway, good stuff.
So I don't know if that's what you want to hear, but there's our thoughts.
You asked for it.
He also says, "Is that IKEA shelves you have in the background?" I'm assuming we're not talking about these. These are French cleat. I made them. If we're talking about in the Noon Studio Extraordinaire.
Yeah, those are all IKEA. Yeah. I have modified them to hang on the wall. The one because they don't have like a back to them.
Yeah.
They're just like hollow or straight. They're not hollow. Yeah, I guess they are hollow. But the one downstairs above my my computer in the office, I found some panels to fit in there because I did not like looking at the wall color on the other side of them. So it didn't, because it didn't go well with the towers. Like those are really high quality. Like that, I spent a lot of money on that. Yeah. But the IKEA one are in the middle of those two towers, and it looked really bad having that hollowed out. So I found some panels to fill that up. Yeah, that was it. But yeah, they are IKEA. There's a lot of IKEA. I will say this: don't stand on them.
Yeah, don't stand on any IKEA.
Don't stand on them. Don't sit on them. don't put anything heavy on them. Lego's fine, but one time I was reaching for something, I stepped on one, and I heard this. I'm like, whoa! I didn't even put much weight on it. I was like, whoa, okay, don't step on that. We're good. I mean, come on. We all are aware of the quality here. Okay, there's a reason it costs that much money. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. But no, they are IKEA.
All right.
Thank you.
He says they look great.
Thank you.
As for displaying sets.
Yes.
And you might have already discussed this, but irregardless. Love it. So.
Thanks, buddy.
The great Jim Bob.
The great Jim Bob. All right. Hello
Let's
again.
see. Jim Bob says, with you describing how he doesn't play with the city, but the massive bucket of Lego. So I think this was Jimmy. You talked about he has the bucket in his room. He says, I am seeing a similarity to the scene in the Lego movie where the kid only has a bucket to play with. Would you like to respond?
You have your stuff over near the Christmas decorations. All those bricks, you can build anything you want.
That's...
It
wasn't a question. That was more of...
a correlation with
Are
me
you
and
like
movie?
Lord Business, I guess?
No,
That's
not.
the question.
I would love for Jimmy to play in the city. He doesn't really do it. No, he says, and he's not here. He actually was here. He went to go get food with Tanya. I asked him, like, why don't you like playing in the city? Like, what he says, he's like, I'm bored. I'm like, how can you be bored? This is a house full of Lego. Downstairs is a massive Lego city that you are allowed to play with. And he'll say this, but I don't like doing those kinds of things. I like building my own things. I'm like, all right, then build your own things. Yeah. And he is welcome to go downstairs and get pieces, not from the city. He used to do that and it drove me crazy. He used to go just like, pick, pick, pick. Oh, by the way, that reminds me. I was inventorying some sets in the office. And there's a bunch of pieces out. And he'll come over and like look at them and put some things together. And I tell Jimmy, like, dude, I'm building something. I need all of these pieces, so you can't take any. He took some. And I was going nuts. I'm like, how could I be missing a 6x8 plate? That is a big piece to be missing. And I found it in his like bulk pile. I'm like, Jimmy, did you take
these
this?
are the ones you were inventorying for the client.
Yeah,
yeah. That's funny.
And he's kind of gets this silent, guilty look on him. I'm like, I need to take this back, buddy, but just make sure you're taking it from the right piles, right? But no, he's good that way. No, it isn't. I have no rules against them going downstairs and playing in the city. I encourage it. It's great as long as they don't destroy it. And they've even done that. So, but Jimmy's in a phase where he likes just building his own stuff. He likes building Minecraft, guys. Yeah. He's more into minifigures. And that's why people like...
He builds like Frankenstein figures,
Yes, he does.
Like they're like missing an arm or a leg. And he's always playing with them.
He loves the movement, and he'll focus on just one side. He'll get a body together, a head, and just one giant arm. Nothing on the other side. Just this massive, really amazing articulating arm. And I was going to say something else about him that I can't remember now. What was it? Shoot. It was funny. I think it was funny anyway. But if I remember, I'll say, oh, I remember now and tell you. But it's another one of those Jimmyisms. Anyway. But no, they can play. Go for it. You know. I once in a while, Josh is different. He'll he'll build sets. Yeah. If he's interested in them. He likes them. But that's kind of few and far between. Yeah.
He's too old and cool for that.
Too old and cool. Yeah.
He'll get old and realize he's not that cool like we did. All right.
Plus never cool.
I know. Mardi Gras Man 23.
Who's that?
Yeah. We have a couple here from Mardi Gras Man.
Oh, boy. All right, what you got for us, man?
He says, have you ever heard the Matt Damon autograph story?
Wait, hold on a second. I've heard this, right?
You might have read the questions. I don't know. He said when he started to sign autographs,
he
would sign every single one, including a stack of 25 or more for guys that resold them. He had a theory that if he flooded the market and made the value of his autograph less than $10, people would stop asking him for it. He says, I was thinking that may relate to your Oswald plan, but maybe not. Well, I'm kind of doing the opposite. I'm taking them off the market.
Yeah, you are. He's trying to corner the market.
I'm trying to raise the price of the Oswalds.
Yeah, it's a good thing I got my one and only Oswald.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
Or at least you think you got it.
Whoa.
You checked your case recently?
Uh-oh, I haven't.
Anyways.
Hey, wait a minute. All
right, now he says, ask Alex and the other guy. That's what he really wrote.
Thanks, Earl.
From time to time, you hit the Lego store to buy a couple sets to invest in. Oh, and this is one, I think we kind of hit this in last week's, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
He said, anything on the radar now? How about you, Jason? So, are there any things you're thinking of picking up for investing? Anything different? Especially now that we passed the, we have the Amazon thing going on right now. We're starting to see some sales.
Yeah, we are, aren't we?
Did you pick anything up from the Amazon deals?
No, I am broke.
Okay.
No, I got the Viking Village. That was my birthday set. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm not highly motivated to get anything right now. It's interesting. I go through, like today, in fact, I saw like what's on sale right now. There's some fantastic sales. Unfortunately, there are sets that I already have, like the Atari. Yeah. But I got that on sale, though, already. So I was like, yeah, I'm good, whatever. Investment sets, though, yeah, a lot of those would be great investment sets. I just, I don't know. I'm not as motivated as I used to be, I've noticed. Because usually I would be like all over those things. I would be buying them. I'd be stocking them up. But now I've kind of lost a lot of motivation. And I think it's mostly because the sets now that I invest in anyway just sit forever and take up space. And anyway, it was a great little fling while it lasted. I still have a lot of investment sets. They're in there hanging out. And quite a number of them are actually the ones that are retiring now. Yeah. About time. Maybe that's why I lost my motivation.
That's why,
because
you kept buying stuff and holding it for 5 years.
Goodness. And that's actually part of a rant, but you're going to have to wait another week for that one. Sorry.
So this is probably what I would say, and tell me what you think about this. I'm guessing if you came across the right set for the right price, you might buy it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, like, for example, 2 years ago, I bought a lot of sets for investing purposes. Last year, I was kind of turned off to it. I was like, kind of like you. I'm worried I'm going to be holding these a long time. But I did come across a couple items, and I bought them. Like, they had the Guardians Advent Calendar for under $9. I told my wife, I said, I can sell that for $20. I mean, it's not a huge win.
Yeah, but you're doubling your money.
It's easy, and it's not a huge thing. So I guess it depends on what you find and what you find it for, right? As we go into Black Friday and those kinds of things. And I think there's great sets, investment-wise, like we talked about before. Invest in what you know, what you like, and, you're going to be better off if it's got, if it's an IP that's got exclusive minifigs. Like right now, one of the Amazon things, I don't think I told you, the BTS sets on the Black, the Amazon deal.
I am so shocked that is on a discount already.
But you're not going to buy it, right?
No,
it's not your thing, and you don't know. So, anyways, there you go.
I remember what I was going to say.
Oh, yeah.
So I was doing it. Once in a while, I'll do those little vlogs of going to the Lego store and bricks and minifigs. And a lot of times I have Jimmy with me, right? So I'm going back to the Jimmy question. And one time I was at Bricks and Minifigs. I don't know what I bought. I bought something, and I got Jimmy a minifig. And there's a comment that says something like, so you go and you're an adult and you buy yourself a set and your kid just gets a minifig? Well, that's pretty messed up, man. Like, obviously somebody who has no idea who I am, my content, or my kids, obviously. Anyway, I was kind of irked. I'm like, my kid was more happy with his minifigure than I am with, like, the biggest UCS set, honestly. So, anyway, that's all he wants.
Yeah.
He goes right to the minifigures, beelines it to the minifigures, and he looks around. He's like, I want that. And then he gets fixated on the minifig. He's like, I want that minifig. And then I have to come up with some sort of deal with him. Usually it's a financial deal, doing good in school, like a payment plan. I put him on a payment plan recently. What was it? So, because we give him an allowance, if he does a good job with school, blah, blah, blah. We give him like $5 a week or something like that. And I told him he had this minifig, and I can't remember how much it was, but it was a deficit of $4. No, it was a Lego set. It was on my birthday. That's what it was.
Oh, when you went on your birthday.
Yeah,
he
so
got a set and you didn't.
And I didn't, yeah. I mean, I eventually went back and got the Viking Village. That was my birthday set, but it didn't come out until this month.
Yeah.
Anyway, irregardless. So I told him, like, all right, Jimmy, here's the deal, man. You have $6. This costs $10. So you're going to owe me $4, and you're going to have to pay me $2 a week. And I was like, make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. This is real debt, buddy. And he didn't care. He just wanted that. And you know what? I asked for that money a week later. He's like, pay up. Where's the money? Come on. And he paid me the $2, and the next week he paid me $2 again.
He didn't act like he didn't know you. Who
Yeah,
are you?
It was like, I want my $2.
$2. Cash.
Anyway, but yeah, there's Jimmy's first experience with the payment plan with Lego. Anyway.
Do you know what's sad is how many people are not going to get that reference?
$2?
Yeah.
You don't think so?
I think it's going to be it's definitely a dated reference from the 80s.
Better Off
great
Dead,
movie.
baby.
Great
Better Off
movie.
Dead. It's just awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Jimmy, come here really quick. Jimmy just entered the room. I've been talking about you a lot. When we go to Bricks and Minifigs, what's your favorite thing to look at?
The Minecraft minifigures.
Case in point. Thanks, buddy. And do you usually get one when we're there? Usually you do, right?
Yeah.
Do you get the one you want?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Remember when we went on my birthday and you got that Minecraft set?
Yeah.
How much did it cost?
I don't remember.
It was I think it was $10. But you
Yeah.
didn't have enough money, huh?
Yeah.
So what was the deal? Do you remember?
That I have negative money.
Yeah, you're right.
That was it.
You had debt. You had a loan, a dad loan for $4, but you paid it back, didn't you? He has a great credit rating now. Thanks, buddy. You can...
Wait, I have a question for you, Jimmy.
Oh, okay.
Did he threaten to hurt you if you didn't pay him back? That's all we need to know.
It's like,
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm like. What? On earth?
but anyway, I'm glad that you got it paid back because each week you paid me $2, right? For 2
Now,
weeks.
I don't have one of these microphones.
No, we're getting you.
We
It's
still
okay.
got you.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
I like how he's concerned. Like, you're not
Like,
gonna
this is
be
going to
able
be
hear
bad
me.
audio. Why are you talking to me?
I mean, like, this might be bad audio, but it's fine.
He's
As long as you guys can hear me.
he's being raised by a YouTuber. That's scary, isn't it? Well, let's be honest. Minnie's raising him, so it's all good. Thanks, buddy. I
Bye,
just wanted.
guys.
Yeah, see you later. Great. All right.
All right.
Let's continue on.
The second part of the second question from Mardi Gras Man.
Oh, we're still on Mardi
Yes.
Gras, man. Okay.
He
go ahead.
said, Joey likes to say that pieces from his sets often disappear from the set into the city. I think the term he uses is they melt into his city.
Oh yes, right.
Have you ever noticed something missing, like a fig or a unique piece that bothered you, that you'd been looking for a long time, and then you forgot about it months later, or even years later you found it?
Yes. Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, okay. Well, with Jimmy.
Well, there was that plate you just talked
There's
about.
the plate, right? But no, one time I was showing some people my Lego City, and she had a daughter that she was a teenager, and I know her. We're friends. So what she was doing is she was taking things and like putting them in different places. And I think it was her. There's been some people that have pulled pranks like that. Which, by the way, I don't like pranks. You think you found this out? I don't like being pranked. I get ticked off really quick. Anyway, irregardless, I realized I'm missing a pig. I don't know where the heck this pig is, man. I know I have like a certain number of pigs, and one of them is gone. So I'm editing one of my videos, and I'm like, and I'm like watching a clip. And as I'm watching a clip that I took earlier in that day, I see a pink figure in the Mike's Tower window. And I'm like, oh, my pig! It's right there. I go downstairs, I open it up, and there's my missing pig. It was there for probably a year. It was there so long, man. Okay, so in addition to that, Jimmy, when he was younger, he drove me nuts. He would go downstairs and he would take minifigures and take them apart and distribute their body parts throughout the city. And it drove me nuts. I don't know why he did that. It drove me crazy. He wouldn't take them. He would just take them apart and put them in different places. I was finding body parts for months, like all over the place. They're probably still out there somewhere, some way. But yeah, so there you go. That was my experience.
All right. I may have something for next week off of that.
Oh,
That body part thing.
the body part thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll talk about it.
So yeah, good times.
So, all right. Next we have from Brick HQ.
Hey, what's
hear
up,
Brick
Brick
HQ a lot. Maybe it should be an Ask Alex and the other guy.
There you go.
He said, "Isn't there a farm in the medieval area?"
Yes.
There is. I asked Lego if they would make a Lego menorah, and they said they're not against it if it was submitted on the Lego Ideas.
Really? Oh, that's pretty
So
cool.
I think that's, remember we talked about religious things.
A menorah. Like, hold on a second. What have they made? Have they made anything like that with another like denomination?
I don't think so. And I mean, when I read this, I think there's a difference between them saying, yeah, submit it on Ideas, we're not against it, versus we're going to actually sell this. Like, we're going to produce it and sell it, is my opinion. Right? Because I think, you make a cross, or you make a menorah, or you make, whatever the religious symbol is, you run into limited market, you run into, I don't know, if you offended people, that
Like
it
BTS.
gets into a weird, well, were you
Limited, and I was offended.
Was it the big purple donut or whatever?
I
on
don't even
top
know.
of
I
it?
don't even know what's in the set. I just
I know there's a donut on top.
There's a
I've
donut?
seen that. I think so. I could be wrong. Maybe not. All right.
It's like, never mind. Just go.
You sure?
Yes. I almost went on a huge rant
You
right
almost
there,
got in
man.
trouble?
No, I didn't. It was not.
Oh,
no,
you
I
gotta
just,
save
I
it.
was gonna rant about something that just came up. That was I don't know. Just reminded me of that. It's not even. I don't. Anyway, maybe.
I like
maybe
it.
next week.
He's building the suspense for next week.
I'm gonna have so many.
Wait, it's
rants.
gonna be on your channel. What do I care?
Dun dun dun. Anyway, continue
All
on.
right.
Thanks, Rick HQ.
So next question is from Howard B.
Howard, hello.
Says, man, I wanted to see Club X.
Yes. I have some pictures somewhere. I mean, this is years and years ago.
I have to confess.
Oh, okay.
I went and kind of tried to skim through some of your older videos to see if I could find the red building.
Oh no, this was before any of my YouTube channel. This is before I lived in that house.
Yeah.
So this was in a basement that I was living in North Salt Lake in a small home, and I had it in this little unfinished basement. Okay. And it wasn't actually in that one though. It was in only one city. It was in my in-laws. They had an extra bedroom I built the city in. Okay. So I will find some pictures. I'm pretty sure I have some pictures of it. They're not going to be like amazing high-res pictures. All right, so just
we'll take what we can get.
I'm sure you will. So I'll figure that out, and maybe we can share some Club X pictures. I think people are getting like it's going to be like this amazing club building.
It's like a red box
it's
with
like
two
little
dudes at a table.
Tiny building. All right. So just lower your expectations.
No,
okay.
raise them. We
no,
need to get them
You
higher.
will be disappointed. Anyway, we'll see Club X.
All right. Someone said that they thought one of our sponsored videos was going to be Club X. I think that'd be awesome.
X.
The last part of his comment is, amen to the internet making us dumber.
Yes, I can feel my IQ continue to drop as I get older.
That is what we are here to offer.
That's right, yeah. This content, not exactly intellectually stimulating, but that's okay.
Or educational. It's mostly just
sometimes-
old guys. Get off my lawn, Lego!
Stop skateboarding.
Stop putting it in your box, in a too big of a box. All right, next question is from Karsten Temple.
Hey, Karsten.
Hey guys, love the videos that you both produce.
Thank you.
The other guy did a great series on a remote location. It made me laugh.
You did, yeah.
I'm assuming we're talking about Machu Picchu. That was a lot of fun.
That was awesome. Wow.
Let's see. Regarding CMFs, our local toy store has already opened boxes and put them in small plastic bags.
Really? Wow.
So you can ask for anyone you'd like, apart from the wolf guy. Well, you don't need to. You
already got the wolf guy.
They told me that they've spoken to someone from Lego and they said the box is a trial and will revert back if it doesn't work. Well, get reverting because it ain't working.
Hey, I like that. Get reverting because it ain't working.
I'm like Johnny Cochran.
Some bad. I kind of wonder if they had like, I don't know. I have no insight onto this. I'm just saying that they probably thought it was a great idea. And now that it's been totally like the PR has been so bad, they're like, oh, it was just a trial. Everybody just calm down. We'll get back to the normal stuff here. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, I saw a conspiracy theory someone had.
Oh boy.
They said that they thought it was, because consumers didn't want it, retailers didn't want it.
Yeah.
And so their thought was, well, if this happens and these boxes get trashed and there's all these losses, we'll have to raise the price. and ultimately it'll be a way for them to get out of the CMF market.
You know what? That's going to be another riot. I mean, okay, look at this. The only way that Lego come out of this unscathed is immediately. And even this current one, they can revert and go back to the bags, even with CMF 2, Marvel 2. Is that right? What's it called?
I don't know.
I mean, it's probably too late. It probably won't. But I tell you this: if they do boxes again for another series, you're going to see riots in the street, baby. We're all out there.
The streets of Minneapolis.
Throwing bricks. Oh, yeah. Can you imagine? I should do that. Are you guys, okay, here we go. Here we go.
If they come out with boxes,
there's going to be riots.
Load the internet with shorts of internet riots with the boxes.
It's a mostly peaceful protest.
People
with fires and bricks through windows.
They're throwing one by one tiles.
Yeah. Okay, well,
there you go.
We'll
We're going to make this happen.
All right.
All right.
Question.
Next question is from Matthew. This was Matthew that we had their first question
Matthew.
from.
All right.
No, it was the same Matthew. It's just a different video we had a question on.
Yeah. Okay. Well, welcome. Okay, another question.
Welcome back, Matthew.
Welcome back. Full circle on the same episode.
We're making this painful.
Oh boy.
Matthew says, I have to say, Alex's rants are the best.
Thank you. I practice at home in front of the mirror. That was a good one. Okay, I'm ready to go.
Jason and your micro builds are cool. Thank you.
They really are.
Just not to get too much hype going, but next week, I will not be doing the micro build.
My turn.
That's right.
So, here we go. Should be interesting.
Make sure you tune in, because I hear it's going to be awesome.
Yes, awesome.
I heard it's going to be the top.
Keep those expectations low. Anyway, moving along.
It says, I know Alex has said in the past that he and Mindy have tried out for Lego Masters, but what about you two trying out?
Okay, there's two ways to answer this question. There's, he likes my rants. I can go on a rant, or I could just simply answer the question. What do you think? Should I try to do a
Let's try to answer it. I mean, you could give a little bit of rant, but just try to contain it.
Okay, here we go.
It's so hard. I know. It's like a pressure cooker.
Every single year, I get a message on Instagram. Hey, we like your stuff. You should try out for Lego Masters. When they say try out, it means just get on a call with them, and so they can kind of see if you're Lego Masters material, which really doesn't have anything to do with your building ability. Irregardless, when it came to you and I, so just a little history lesson really quick. The first 3 years I tried out with Mindy, I thought we were awesome. We were played very well to the camera. We're charming. Look, I'm a charming guy. Come on. Mindy really makes it the best. I mean,
I think Mindy's the one that carried you far.
If you guys ever watched Mindy and I on Twitch when we were doing that for those few months, she carried it. I mean, she carries me. Like, she's awesome. Because she's just silly. She doesn't know anything about Lego. And that's what makes it so funny, because the comments she makes are just silly and funny, and it kind of makes us AFOLs go,
I feel like you don't understand Lego.
Anywho, first 3 years, we make it far, but not far enough. Fourth year, I try out again with, it's funny I say try out, we're going to tryouts, with my neighbor, who's also an AFOL, and we did a great job. We even did a cool build to kind of test our skills with building sculptures, and then we did awesome. And again, hey, thanks, you guys have no future, bye. This one, I get it's an email. It was an email. Okay. And it's like the third different agency they've used, I swear. So they reach out to me via email, and I was really busy that weekend. It was a Friday night, I get it. So Monday morning, I respond, and I said, hey, yeah, thanks for reaching out. I would love to talk about this. Let's do that. Here's my phone number. Please call me. And if I don't answer, I'll call you right back. And nothing. I've heard nothing from them. And I am not calling them back. I'm not going to grovel. I'm not going to you guys still interested? I'm not going to do that. I got a bad taste in my mouth over the first 4 of just going through the hoops, kind of being led on. Not really led on. I mean, you go through it, you're like hopeful, and you kind of get the feeling that this could happen. This could work. And then all of a sudden, like the first year ticked me off the most because we heard nothing. It was like, go, 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 crickets. And so we're like, okay. And the other ones, they have the decency to say, hey, thanks, you guys are great, but not really good enough to be on the show. Better luck next year, you know. So I guess we're going to have to wait until the barrel is emptied enough so we get to the bottom, and that's, I guess, where you and I come in. So, but, you know, I talked to you about it.
Yeah.
I said, hey, because I got the emails like, would you want to do this?
Yeah.
You know?
It was a couple weeks before Brick Slopes.
Brick
I
Slopes,
think.
yeah, right. And so I was like, all right, let's do this thing. It'd be kind of fun. And you and I are very used to being in front of a camera together and talking. And we're pretty chill. We get along really well.
We can perform well in audiences of tens.
Yes, absolutely we can. And, or 0, it's fine. But anyway, no, I think we would be great. I don't know that we go very far in the show, but it doesn't look like we're going to make it to season 5. Maybe season 17 we'll make it. Maybe when we're old men, we can be the grandpas. Alex and Jason have been doing this silly podcast for decades and now need a break. So you won't see them on their podcast for a while. Anyway.
Yeah.
That was a little long-winded answer.
The problem is, so we talked to Mel at Brick Slopes, who was on
Mel
season
was
1. He was
awesome.
also on the Christmas episode.
Yeah, he's great.
And,
Great
we
guy.
talked with him, and, I don't think he gave insight that was like a super, like, some of the things he said, like, we weren't like, that doesn't make sense. I've never heard of this, right? He said, it's not all about your building. He said, that's really not what they're looking for. They're looking for how compelling you are on camera.
You gotta be
Are you going to
entertaining
get
in front of a
people to
camera.
tune in and watch you? And,
We're just not that.
Why are you the way that you are?
Yeah, but you know what? I will say this. Whenever they introduce the teams, I go, okay, that's why I didn't make it. Because you have to be a certain dynamic of people to be on there, and which is fine. I totally get that, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Sometimes it does feel like they're checking boxes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe when they get to the boring guys with no talent box,
Yes.
we will be
we're
there to check it.
Boring guys with no talent. Hey.
Oh,
this
and
podcast.
nothing to look at.
Nothing to look at. Yeah. We'll have to have like a filter over our faces to make us more attractive or something. I don't know. All right.
Let's see. Next question is from Jasper Salazar Triana. I believe that's how it's said.
Oh, Jasper, what's up?
Says, parts list and instructions for the DeLorean, please.
Yeah. I mean, you could probably just show a picture of it and you could figure it out.
I was thinking maybe we can do a video. Maybe it's a short. I don't know, something for the
that
micro
DeLorean,
builds.
DeLorean is pretty sweet, man. That is pretty sweet. I gotta say, I was impressed, and obviously the audience was too. So there you go.
All right, so maybe we'll put those out there. It's just a matter of finding time and making it work. So, I'm always busy putting these together.
Yeah, he
Because
is.
he just shows up, gets on film, and then runs
Yeah,
away.
I get my show up fee and I go.
Pretty much.
Keep the talent happy.
Next question is from Data Bricks. Data Bricks? I don't know.
Data.
Is it data or data? I don't know. It's one of those words. Potato. Regarding the Marvel CMFs, I was able to find a seller on Bricklink selling a complete set for about $60,
Nice.
which is what it would have cost had I gotten lucky and bought them with no duplicates.
Fantastic.
The sellers out there are selling these at an affordable price if you really wanted to collect them all and didn't want to gamble. I hope they address this in the next CMF and find better alternatives to the boxes.
Yeah, well, we kind of discussed this earlier.
I would agree.
Yeah, so yeah, see, obviously everyone is on this. I'm first of all, that's awesome if you can find these.
Yeah.
So this is actually good news. A store that actually opens them up and lets you buy them with the bag, and people that are selling them as whole sets and not for a crazy price. That's great.
And then the second part says also, and this is I think the real reason I took this one. It says also my Lego store has a 1 small cup limit on popular pieces to stop people from going in and clearing out the good stuff, which has its drawbacks, but definitely helps me find good pieces more often.
Yeah, that's a good approach. It's a fair approach.
I think it's a fair approach.
Unless of course I'm the one showing up and all those amazing pieces are there.
Well, then you're getting a small cup, and Jimmy's getting a small cup, and Mindy's getting a
There you
small
go.
cup, and
Everybody come to the Lego store with me. Get a cup. You get a cup. You get a cup. You get a cup.
you're like
Everybody gets a
Oprah.
cup.
You get a cup, and you get a cup. Finding people out in the hall. You know, hey,
Get in here.
Did you want a Chick-fil-A? Come
in.
here. Come help me
That's
for a
right.
second. Let's see. Oh, your favorite Brickstar.
Brickstar. Jeez, I'll never hear the end of this, man. Ugh. All right.
All right, so Jabo or Brickzar, we actually have a couple things. First question, he says, I may have missed this before, But why do you keep Alex far away from the computer?
Yeah. Why is it way over there? Why gotta I'm like, what? I can't.
Do you want to be in charge?
No, I don't.
There you go. That's
There
mainly
you
what it
go.
is. Although this question did make me think.
Oh, okay.
Do you realize we are, and maybe it's different for you, but I think most married couples have like their side on the bed.
Yes.
We have the same side we always sit on the table, whether
on
it's
a
my
second.
house
You
or
will.
your house.
Yeah, you're right. Hold
I
on.
was talking to my wife. I'm like, I don't think I've ever sat on the other side. And I don't know that I could now. It'd be weird.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, it's funny when we're doing builds. I'll always have them sit right here. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, that's.
I don't know.
yeah. There you go.
He can't be trusted.
No.
I don't know.
Look at this.
I
You
don't
can't
know why.
trust this face.
Second question. He says, I wonder if the greengrocer had stayed on shelves as long as Assembly Square, would it be as sought after now?
Oh, okay. Well, no, it wouldn't.
I don't think it would be as
But
sought after.
that's kind of the annoying thing about modern Lego sets is that they just have this because the greengrocer was out when they had the 24-month run, and that was it. 24 months. We all knew it. And because we knew it, we would pick up sets for investing on that December of the second year, generally speaking. Then they messed it all up. And yes, that has messed up investing as well because supply and demand are all out of whack now. Yeah, absolutely. Because let's say Assembly Square came out when let's switch places. Let's switch places. No doubt in my mind, Assembly Square would be much more valuable and sought after than Greengrocer had they switched places. No doubt in my mind. In fact, people wouldn't like Greengrocer because it lacked too much of an interior. It only had the store, the base. There wasn't much of an interior on the upper levels.
I do think it would still have more value than, like some of the more recent ones. Like even the Palace Cinema doesn't seem to have gone up. Like, for example, the Brick Bank. And I think the reason for that is it would still have value because of how old it was.
Oh, yeah.
Even if it had been out, 4 or 5 years, whatever.
I guess we'll have to see what happens with Assembly Square's value 15 years down the road.
Yeah. I don't know. Who knows?
We're not going to live that long.
What do you mean? I thought we were going to be on season 17 of Lego Masters.
Season 17 is in 12 years, right? So we're okay.
Okay.
We'll barely make it.
Then we can die.
This beard will be white. It's already turned white.
As I say, they're already
all
starting
right,
to get
okay,
there,
I
aren't
know.
they?
I don't have to hear it. Hey.
Let's see. Question from Mothra.
Mothra, what's up?
Mothra says, this is two things, one for me and one for you. When you sold the UCS AT-AT, whichever you prefer.
The AT-AT.
Did you do it locally? Yes, I did. Sold it over at the gas station. A guy met me and
You at a gas station.
you can't ship those. That's the biggest problem with those things.
Yeah, you got the money? Here you go.
No, he had some of the money. He didn't
You have
have the
some
money.
of the money.
Well, I sold it for less than retail.
Oh, okay. I thought you
what I
meant
meant.
he's like giving some sort of payment.
No,
plan,
that
like
was
I
the
gave
one that I
Jimmy.
sold for $50 less than I paid for it because
Yeah.
I knew I was going to be in
Pretty good
trouble.
deal.
And then also, Alex, watch the Clone Wars.
Okay.
You should. It's good.
I'll see. I don't have. Is it on Disney Plus?
It is.
I don't have Disney Plus, so someone needs to gift me Disney Plus, and I'll watch it.
Look at him. He just comes in here and asks for free things.
I do Hulu. That's Disney. All right. I'm not doing both.
Well, they have a package where you can get both.
I'm not doing their stupid package.
Okay.
I did it once and I hated it. I won't get into it. There's some things about it. Just
Okay, that's fine.
anyway, sorry.
Next
Thanks for
question.
that. Okay, Clone Wars. I'll check it out. Sorry. I don't know why I have to. I'm myself, you guys. I'm just like, okay, this is how I would answer the question if you were here. So, all right, continue on.
We have a couple questions. These are from Trent Loveridge.
Hey, Trent.
Says, have either of you scanned the QR codes on your Lego Insider program?
These questions
Registering the set and getting VIP points? If so, how many VIP points from the manuals did you get? So I did a video. This question came before, so you've probably seen it. You may know. Maybe you don't. I don't know.
You did a video on it.
I did a video on it. I scanned all of them. That's what's in these boxes over here.
Jeez.
I got to figure out where I'm going to put them. But I think I got, I don't know, about $25 worth of points.
Sorry.
But I will say this. I mean, I know you said, I just sat there while I was watching TV and would scan them and answer some math questions. It was fine. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. I learned some things about it. I have one set that for some reason it wouldn't scan. The QR code's bad. That was really weird.
Scandalous.
Yeah, it would like start to go and then it'd be like. Meh. So, have you done it? I'm gonna guess it's still no, and probably never no.
No, and I haven't even scanned the sets that I've been buying. But no, I haven't done it.
Okay. Do you think you'll ever do it?
I don't know.
Okay.
There's a lot of things I want to say about it, but we'll be here forever again.
Okay. We have another question from Trent. Your thoughts on these two ideas?
All right, Trent, let's have it.
Save some space and include your gas station on a first floor of one of your skyscraper mocks, similar to like they have at the Maverick building in downtown Salt Lake.
Wait.
They have like that Maverick, I don't know, headquarter building, whatever, and it's like apartment or office building above it.
Oh.
Which is, I think it's similar to what we have, I guess, back here in the corner garage. Like it's got the doctor's office and whatever above it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah.
Sorry, the caffeine's wearing out. We gotta.
Yeah, it's almost gone.
Uh-oh. Good thing we're not ranting.
Hold on. That's an interesting approach. Interesting idea. The execution would be interesting. But no, it's...
Well, execution's usually the hard part, I find.
Executing. Yeah. Yeah. So, what's the word I'm looking for here? You need to... not overlap. I mean, you are overlapping it, but you consolidate buildings.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a gas station. I mean, that's the idea.
Yeah.
A gas station could be the bottom. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Second part of the question is adjust your haunted house to look like the Creel house from Stranger Things, or do a mock of the Creel house from scratch.
So the Creel house, I'm trying to remember my Stranger Things.
That is the one from season 4.
So yeah, that's the house with the kid.
It's like the, I don't know, some mansion.
Yeah. No, it's the haunted mansion.
So I'll ask you this: have you watched Stranger Things?
Yeah, I've seen it.
All of them?
Yeah, I've seen all 4 seasons.
Okay. So I will tell you, I watched the first 3. I watched episode 1 of season 4. For me, it's run its course.
It ran its course after season 1.
Season 2 was okay. Season 3 was where I was like, eh. And then my daughter was like, we gotta watch. So I watched the first episode, and I don't know, the girl on the ceiling. I was like, this is just not for me. So
it had its moments. It had horrible holes in it. Like, is it his name Eddie? Is it Eddie? No, you didn't watch it.
Is that the
guitar
old
guy? No. It's the young kid. That's the Hellfire kid that's kind of blamed for the murders, and he has to go into hiding.
I don't know.
And at the very end, I don't want to spoil it. I mean, well, hold on. It's like so old, but, well, not old, but why do he have to die? Why you got to kill him off like that? There's no reason for him to die. He could have easily been saved. He could have just got the heck out of there. And there's other things too that bugs me about it. I'm like, okay, this thing is it's just a cash grab at this point. Sorry, it just kind of is to me. So anyway, I don't think if they do season 5, probably not gonna.
I think they are doing it. I think they've already filmed.
Mindy made me get Netflix back for Wednesday, and that was okay. I had its moments, but then after.
What
Wednesday,
about the other days of the week?
I
didn't know they sold it just one day a week.
Nope, just for Wednesdays. That's it. You know what? It's not a bad plan.
1/7 of the cost. Hurry, it's Wednesday. We can watch Netflix.
Let's do this thing. Binge, baby. Anyway, all right.
So, do you want to build a Creel house? Mock your haunted mansion? I guess
I don't think I'm that much of a Stranger Things fan to do that. That's all I'm going to say. That's a great idea, and that is would be kind of neat to show that off as like, hey, this is my Stranger Things house, Creel house. Because the Stranger Things, the Upside Down is a really cool set.
I thought that was a really neat set.
Yeah.
And the way that they made it, where you could flip it over and connect those houses together and the mirror build.
No, that's
It
great.
was really interesting.
It was awesome. And I love the minifigs from it.
Oh.
Did they only just do that one set for Stranger Things? Was there any other
They had
sets?
a Brickheads.
A Brickheads, and they had like
That was it.
a minifig for there was a girl. There was
Barbara?
Another, was it Barbara?
That was like a San Diego Comic-Con
it was a Comic-Con
exclusive.
thing. So it was like a one of those things that you can't get for normal people. But anyway, no, great idea. Probably not up my alley. But thanks for the question.
Then we have another question. This is from Matthew again.
What?
This one was emailed though. This
Okay.
this one was a little bit older, I think. I can't remember. I try to keep them all straight, but I don't know. It says, I have a quick question for both of you. We all enjoy sharing our favorite Lego sets and themes, but let's get real.
Ooh, we're getting real. Let's get.
Any set that just doesn't click with you?
Click.
I
Click.
know.
Wait, a set?
Yeah. Is there a particular set that just was not your thing?
Yeah, there's a lot of. Well, hold on here.
Let me you had this set and it was just. I mean, maybe you didn't have it, but you saw it and you're like, that is just like the worst set.
Let me say this. Okay, so back a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, before Star Wars invaded Lego, and there were awesome space themes, subspace themes, and you guys know I love these things. There's Mtron, there's Blacktron, there's Space Police, Explorians, there's the UFOs, a bunch of others. And I loved collecting these things. They were just fun to build and play with and destroy and build again. Ice Planet, another one. That was great. And I don't know when it was exactly, but they came out with these themes that were really just like, what the heck is this? One of which was Insectoids, I think is what it was called. I'm like, that looked bad. And then they also had a theme, gosh, what's it called? They were like the robots. They're like big robots, but they were space. And I think one was even a monorail set. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't remember what they were called, but that was like, those were just a big turnoff for me as far as, and that, yeah, I didn't see anything good really come after that either. So that kind of like was like, okay, well, I guess I'm done collecting space sub-themes. And then Star Wars came out, and that was the end of it. I was like, oh, cool, I'm gonna get every Star Wars set. That lasted less than, well, a couple months, because they fried it, man. Anyway, I digress. But no, those two things come to mind. There's plenty of things that I can say, like, oh, this is dumb, that's dumb, I don't like this, I don't like that. I mean, there's things that I like, right? And there's other things that are out there for other people, that's great.
Well, that's exactly it. I mean, there's plenty of themes that I'm not the target market. Like, we've talked about Friends. That's not our theme. And I don't want to say, well, this is, they should make it and I hate this. Or Video. That was another one that got a lot of hate. It's like,
Video, yeah.
Right. It's more, I look at it, is it something that I would have been in the target market that I'm like, this is just bad? I don't know about themes. I had a hard time coming up with a theme that I had an issue with. Set, I have one hands down.
Ooh.
Absolute worst set they have ever made.
What?
This is the worst thing. So,
here we go.
I'm a big Star Wars fan. I like the Star Wars Lego. Some of the old Star Wars Lego was bad. Well, let's be honest. Like,
It's
look
an
at the
evolution.
old Slave
Absolutely.
one. I mean, it's so blocky,
Yeah.
but that's because that's what the pieces were then. I
Yeah.
understand that. Sometimes, if you just don't have the pieces, don't make the thing.
So this is a Star Wars set.
This is a Star Wars set. They made Technic figures. Like, I know the buildable figures they had. People hated those. They had some. There was the battle droid. That one was okay.
They did R2-D2 and they did
But they did
C-3PO.
one, hands down, this was the worst thing. Because I showed a picture to my wife. When I was going putting the questions together, I showed a picture of this and asked my wife, do you know what this is? She had no clue. She thought it was built by a little kid.
Probably was. All right.
Set 8008, the Lego Star Wars Stormtrooper. Look at that. Does that look like a Stormtrooper to you?
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
You've never... Oh, it's awful. It is the worst set they have ever made. It has to be.
It looks like an old
It
man
has
with
like
sunglasses.
the big, the big shooter, like the spring-loaded. Like, it's got that and the gun. It's so bad.
So he has the accuracy of a real stormtrooper.
I mean, it is just horrid.
Wow.
It is the worst set, hands down. Here's a different view.
And it can be
Does
used-
that look better? Does that look more Stormtrooper-ish?
Wait a minute. I remember seeing that now.
Yeah.
I remember that pose
probably on clearance
being
or on
like,
garbage.
whoa, that's an easy pass. That's incredible. 2001. Well, at least it came early in the early years of Star Wars, not the later years.
Yes. And I understand, they just shouldn't have made it. Is my point. It's horrible.
No, I think we can all agree that's
So,
pretty rough. It's pretty rough.
That was the thing I saw, and I was like, yeah, I just can't deal with this.
Yeah. I agree. All right, so there you go. That's a good one.
Hands down be my worst. So that's all of the questions I think that we have for this time.
Okay.
I do have I have a question for you.
Oh, you do?
Are you aware that there's 5 Tuesdays in October?
Oh my gosh, there are. Wait a minute. Wait. Halloween.
That's right.
It's Tuesday.
5th Tuesday.
Oh my goodness.
It's Halloween.
Okay. So does that mean?
That means we've got to come up with a different episode.
Something super scary.
You want it to be scary?
Something super scary. Like it'll scare the heck out of you. I mean, this is pretty scary just as it is. But all right, no, that's awesome.
We'll come up with something.
That's gonna be a good one. Stay tuned for that. Yeah, it's gonna be great. So, all right.
All right. Well, I think the food is back, so we're gonna have to call this because I want to eat.
I bet you're pretty hungry.
Yeah. Yes, I am.
But we have satisfied the appetites of those inquisitors for Ask Alex, right?
Yes. The inquisitors, that's a thing for rebels. Anyways.
The Inquisitor. We want to inquire. This is the name of our ship. Wow. Anyway, you know what? Before we sign out, I just want to say one thing. I think the rants, I think we need to make the Ask Alex and the rants together because these questions really spawn a lot of rants inside of me.
So do you want me to save the rant questions? I don't know how I can do that because some of them I don't think are a thing. All of a sudden you become.
But suddenly there's this thing that I'm like, oh, that reminds me of this thing that I want to talk about very aggressively. Anyway, no, we're good. I'm good.
Aggressive negotiations are.
Aggressive negotiations.
Those are negotiations with a lightsaber. Anyways. Okay. I guess that's going to do it.
It's going to do it. Thanks for another great session of Ask Alex. I think.
Or another session. I don't know if it's great.
At the end of these, I'm always like, what the heck did I just say? Did I just say something stupid? And I got to watch them over again. Usually when it's already published, I'm like,
I have to watch them over.
It is what it is. Oh, you get to watch them again and again, don't you? Yeah.
And again.
All right. Just cut out all the stupid things I say. Oh, no, that'll make it too short. Never mind. It's all good. Okay.
All right. That's going to do it. So who are we going to thank today?
We'd like to thank
today's sponsor. Do you and your friends have time and money set aside for a vacation but have no idea where to go? Then let Oswald help you make all your arrangements with Oswald World Travel. Want to see a Broadway show? Oswald can make it happen. Want some romance in the City of Lights? Or a cup of tea in London? Oswald can make that happen. How about the Great Wall? Or the Great Barrier Reef? Now you may be asking yourself, how can Oswald make all this happen? He has a dedicated team to help make your travel dreams come true. So next time you're looking to plan a trip, think Oswald World Travel. Making dreams come true since 2023.